could become a lot more difficult to learn about police activity in the city.
NYPD radio channels, which have been open to the press and the public for more than 90 years, may soon become inaccessible outside of the department.
Fox 5's Teresa Priolo joins us now with details on the change. And Teresa, we know what it means for us here in the newsroom, but what about everyday New Yorkers?
I am Leroy Truth for Leroy Truth Investigations, and the NYPD are the biggest cowards of the country. Case in point, they are going to be blocking all public access on radio scanners for we the people, for all journalists, and for every single man, woman, and child in the country that follows them on the scanners. They are going underground. They are going dark. Why? Because they are afraid.
Well, it could become a lot more difficult to learn about police activity in the city.
NYPD radio channels, which have been open to the press and the public for more than 90 years, may soon become inaccessible outside of the department.
Fox 5's Teresa Priolo joins us now with details on the change. And Teresa, we know what it means for us here in the newsroom, but what about everyday New Yorkers?
What does it mean for everyday Americans? What does it mean for freedom? They claim cowardice. They claim, officer safety, as they almost always do, for taking away we the people's rights to hold a light of transparency to them. They don't allow us to video record in public police lobbies.
Are you recording it?
Yeah, I'm taking pictures and video for my safety.
You have to shut it off. It says right here, members, they're supposed to record it. So if you have to record, you have to step out.
This is 100% public. This is a public lobby. This is a public lobby. I'm going to ask you to de-escalate a little bit.
You need to go outside. You need to step outside. Because then it's handcuffs afterwards. So step outside.
I need to file a complaint, Sergeant. Are you denying me services?
One is going to help you. One is going to help you.
Even though it's legal and constitutional, they will arrest us and many times have injured us. And now they want to go dark on the communications between each other. So when they beat the crap out of someone and are celebrating or laughing about it, now people who have scanners, journalists and everyday people, won't be able to hear their depraved sociopathic behavior. Continuing.
Yeah, Natasha and Antoine, this could have an incredible impact on New Yorkers because so many receive their information from city scanners. A lot of times it's how we know what's happening, even when the NYPD does not want us to know. And it's how so many volunteer emergency services organizations know how to respond. Full encryption is 1.5 years away, but what we learned today is that this process is already underway.
Make sure that arriving units leave. Space for the boxes to leave.
January 21st, 2022, 2 police officers enter a Harlem apartment and are ambushed. The breaking news unfolding in real time on the city's police scanners. This is how the media and members of the community knew what was happening, which streets to avoid, and which hospital would receive this city's heroes. Back in 2017,
would receive the city's heroes. Continuing.
Saifullah Saipov drove a rented U-Haul onto the West Side bike path. Scanner chatter alerted journalists, volunteer first responders, and other agencies to avoid Tribeca until that situation was under control. And just this week, it was scanner chatter that told the media and the community what was happening in Hell's Kitchen as a crane erupted into flames 45 stories above ground. Now the NYPD is working to ensure this communication is encrypted and potentially off limits to anyone outside of the department. They say it's an issue of officer and public safety.
Whoa. This makes my freaking blood boil. Who came up with this idea of officer safety? What about fireman safety? Firemen run toward danger. What about astronaut safety? They take a profound risk to advance space exploration and technologies. Police are the only ones, officer safety. And then they say public safety. How does that protect and keep us safe? By not knowing about their daily activities and being able to hold them accountable for those daily activities. This is absolutely disgusting. And I have started the Leroy Truth Investigations Army of Freedom, where we're going to be focused every single week on calling 2 politicians and emailing them with a demand for police reform. And if you would like to join this army of freedom, simply email me at LeroyTruth247@gmail.com. And also, I'm looking for someone to create the website. We already have the armyoffreedom.com and the armyoffreedom.org as URLs. We're looking to get this website live as soon as possible so we can organize and not just comment on videos, but organize, strategize, actualize, take action to stop this from happening. I guarantee you, this will not happen.
We have a history of our radios being used against us. Our radio is one of the most important technologies, one of the most important tools.
The department is undergoing a 40-year upgrade, which they claim provides clear communication. When asked how the media would gain access to it, they would only say they're looking into it.
If this wasn't a freaking so serious, it would be a dark comedy. We're looking into it. That's no answer. But the freaking mainstream press, the legacy press, the old school press, they don't hold their feet to the fire. They say, okay, you're the masters of us, so thank you for that answer.
We've been looking at other cities, and we continue to explore other options to enable media access consistent with what the technology supports and what other cities, the success that other cities are having.
But that's not so, according to Todd Mazel with the New York Press Photographers Association. They've been meeting with the department for over a year.
I don't believe for 1 minute that the police department had any intention of telling you what was going to happen. They had no intention of having a plan to give access at all.
So this could become an issue that potentially could impact every other city agency and how they correspond with the police department in the event of an emergency. We reached out to the mayor. They referred us to the police department. The FDNY didn't return our emails, so it's unclear if they also plan to encrypt their scanner information. Antoine.
All right, we'll stay on.
Did you just hear what they said? What that reporter said? She said she contacted the mayor's office and they referred her back to the police. The police don't get to dictate the terms of their employment. They don't get to dictate the lack of transparency. That mayor has got to be railroaded out of there so freaking fast through impeachment, he doesn't know what hit him. Mayor Adams, the coward, ex-NYPD captain himself, who's, by the way, under investigation for possible campaign fund corruption. They're all so freaking crooked, or not all. I'll just say 99.9% of them. You see how upside down and backwards this is? The cops just decide, hey, we're going to encrypt and go dark on radio transmissions so no one knows what we're doing. No one can hold us accountable. And the mayor's office, again, ex-NYPD, what do you expect? Member of the thick blue gang. This is despicable. So next step, ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm formally announcing the start of the Leroy Truth Investigations Army of Freedom, the Army of Freedom for short. If you would like to be part of this Army of Freedom, where I will each week be sending you an email with 2 specific politicians, as well as their phone numbers and email addresses, and what we are demanding. And our first step is to demand the mayor and senators of New York State to never, ever allow this to see the light of day and to shut this down instantly. And if they ignore us as we organize to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of people in the Army of Freedom, we will run candidates against them who will win. Because we can watch YouTube videos and TikTok and Facebook for the next 1,000 years. But that's only part one. You have to be aware of what's happening. That's what these videos, they do. They bring you awareness. Then you comment on these videos, and you have so many great ideas and passionate comments. But we want to now take that to action, peaceful action. And that's what the Leroy Truth Investigations Army of Freedom will be doing. And to join, simply email me now at LeroyTruth247@gmail.com. It's LeroyTruth247@gmail.com. And put in the subject line, the Army of Freedom, and I will add you to our weekly action mailing list. And it's going to make it so simple. All you need to do is make 2 phone calls a week and send 2 emails out a week. And as you have ideas too, I want to hear them. So email me your ideas as well, because alone we will fall. United, we will prevail and make America free again. Because as Martin Luther King said, the problem is not that we are outnumbered. The problem is that we are outorganized. And the Leroy Truth Investigations Army of Freedom changes that. And I already have many, many people. I just mentioned it yesterday in a video, and I have scores and scores of people who already have emailed me from all over the world. And you don't need to just be in the United States. You could be anywhere in the world, and you are welcome in this Army of Freedom, that we will be a shining light upon a hill of what it means to take freedom back from the government and from the state of police, the police state that we have in the United States of America. Thank you for your support. Email me, subject line, the Army of Freedom. And thank you for you being a true patriot, willing to take action and not just sit back and watch. I appreciate you. Well, that's it. I am Leroy Truth. I am for freedom. You're for freedom. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Please share this video. Helps the algorithms. Please comment. I appreciate you.